Hello, everybody. This is Eliz-sha Keating from WisdomSeekers.net, and I'm here for April 26th to May 2nd, 2020 for fire, which includes Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And I am on the right place, right? Good. Sometimes I'm not. So the first card I got was Reach Out. And I think that's a fairly common theme right now. If you look at the hands, they're different nationalities, different ethnic races. And so be inclusive all the way around, which anybody watching this should be inclusive, right? That's by now you should be spiritually mature. Queen of Cups, and that's the basis of the cards today. And the Queen of Cups is all about using your intuition, but it's the feminine form of intuition, not the masculine form. It's a passive form where you allow it to come to you. You're open and aware, but you're at the same time, you're allowing it to come to you. And the kind that comes to you rather than you go searching for has a higher validity rate because you're not doing it with expectations. You're not, you haven't got that, I want this, I want to know this, I want to know it, hopefully it's positive. You don't have the expectations. All right. So right now, intuition is very powerful, and it's something we've been cultivating. And knowing, it's the same thing as knowing that the information that you're reading is valid, or knowing that there's something off about the information. Or when your kids come home from school and you say, "What happened today?" "Oh, nothing." You kind of go, "Oh, yeah, something." That kind of knowing. So cultivate that knowing. It's very big. And while you're doing that, you're going to find the Knight of Wands. You're going to find that a lot of old information is coming back to the surface, and you're learning and remembering a lot of things. And this can be from your childhood, or it can be from the time when you were already enlightened. And yes, we all come from the state of enlightenment. We're just returning home. It's being out of enlightenment is that which is not normal. Being in enlightenment is the normal, the real normal, but not here on the physical earth. Okay, so we're returning to that knowledge. We're learning more about who we are and how the world actually works. Because we have preconceived ideas, and they aren't necessarily correct. They work for us well for the time, but now they no longer serve. So we are remembering that which is actually of service to us. Three of Swords. There's a little bit of, in our past, a couple of days, there's a little bit of antsy, not happy, things are not working. This is actually a business card where things are not working well in a business sense. Not everybody of us is in a business. So it's coming from a place of disruption. Okay. But interesting. Sorry, got sidetracked. But we're coming to the Six of Swords, which is saying that very soon we're going to be where we want to be. We're going to be where we've been working towards or wanting ourselves to be. Basically, it says the angel's pointing out to the wayfarer that he's really close to home. So we're getting to a place of importance. And like I am wont to do, I'm going to read the next two cards together. The first card is the Five of Pentacles. And we're looking, and it's a card of looking at what other people have and wishing we had it. And it is a level of discernment. It's a level of learning and growth. And if it's happening to you, then it's coming up to be released and let go. And that's simple. You just say, thank you. You served me well. I no longer need you. And let it go. Don't think about it anymore. And why do I say that's what it is? Because the card that came right after it and the one I'm going to read with it is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune, like we get every day time, and we've got them basically every week for weeks and weeks now. We are in a time of leveling up. And it's a world leveling up. It's not just a you leveling up. But for the world to level up, you have to level up, which means we're still releasing old stuff. And if it's not your old stuff, like you go, I don't feel that way, still go, thank you, you served me well, and release it. Because you're also releasing for the world around you. It's not just you, because we are in the quantum field, all that is, we are one being, one energy that has gone into different little pieces of ourselves. And we have been everything. We will be everything. We probably started out as rocks and moved up to water, to slugs, to cats and dogs. We just moved up. And so we have been everything. We've been every race. We've been every creed. We've been male, female, everything. So when we release, if it's not from this lifetime or from another lifetime, we're simply releasing for the whole of the world, not humanity, the world. And when I say the world, I literally mean Gaia and all that is on her, and we are part of her. We are not part of her. We are like, so you think of a bear or a deer as part of Mother Earth. We are part of Mother Earth in that sense. So what's coming up for us in the near future, right after, so near future and the future, but this is like for a week, right? And there's so much happening in a week. Nowadays, it's very hard to keep up. We get the Six of Wands, and this has been a card that has been coming up a lot too. And it's a card of having put in the effort, reaping the reward. And that's important, actually, is that we are reaping the reward. And because it could be we're reaping the reward. So it means that what's happening for us globally, macroscopic, is there such a word as macroscopic? Macro, regardless, is it's inclusive. It's growing. We're becoming more. And does that make our life easy? Absolutely not. We have this to deal with. We have this to deal with. The lower negative energies. And a lot of us are dealing with, well, I read the news, and people are running out of money, right? So, sacre bleu, right? But the point is, even if we're running out of money, we reach out to each other. We open up to what we are, and things should improve. They should make our life much better, because this is the next card, is the Princess of Wands. And again, the Princess of Wands is allowing the magic to come into your life. And the magic is one of the most important things for us. If we see life through brown-colored glasses, unfortunately, life is going to be dull. But if we allow ourselves to see life through rose-colored glasses, we might get to see an angel flying around, or we might get to see a dragon dancing in the sky. We open ourselves up to more possibilities of enjoying life. So the next card is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant in my deck is the healing card. It's the card of massive healing, and we are going through a phase of massive healing, which is going to bring us to the Empress, which is abundance in all forms, and that means that the female energy is not becoming predominant. We don't want a massive female energy. We want a massive energy, a female and male balance in the yin and the yang. For to have one more predominant than the other is to call for chaos. And we lived through 10,000 years of chaos, of wars and fighting, because it was unbalanced. So we don't want to go beyond. We want to be equal. And that's all we need is equality in both sexes, not just one. And what's happening is we are bringing down a lot of energy and things like that. And the magician brings in a lot of energy, shifts and changes, and is very positive. Look for the beauty in life, all right? And so reach out. Be inclusive. We might be physically distancing, but we don't want to be socially distancing. And what will this bring us if we allow, we don't work at it, we allow it to happen? We'll have success and growth. And that's very positive. I can't promise you easy, but I can promise you, interesting. And life is extremely interesting. There is a curse, and it is, may you live in interesting times. Well, we live in interesting times. Okay. So my daughter is she's doing college her tests and everything right now for college, and she has to do them from home. So sometimes it might be that there's a little bit of a disruption. I did not anticipate it actually today, but life is life. So what can I start out with? Hello, everybody.
Kenna Hawk says hello.
Hi, Kenna.
Yasmin Fox asks, hey, what kind of job am I going to do next?
Anybody who's listened to me probably knows I can't really actually tell you that. I can tell you whether you like it or not. And that's basically what I can do. So what kind of job? I suspect you're going to want to work with people as much as possible. It does seem to be something that you have a talent for, and I think it's something that you're really good at. And it might just simply be a summer job where you work with young people for a short time, or it might be that you go to university and become a teacher. But I do see you working with people, and I see you're really good at it. I see the people around you enjoying being with you because you make life interesting and exciting. So regardless, I do see you working with people, and I do see that while you work with people, it is it is something that you truly enjoy. Okay, and whether it's a summer job or it's a avocation, it doesn't really matter. You are good at what you do, and people like being with you. Okay. Can you scan it from yours? Okay, I'm good. So please continue. I will do what I can.
Kenahot sends 3 hearts.
Oh, thank you.
Rar asks, hello, how is Dario feeling for me?
It's actually quite interesting. He's actually very, what's the word? He's very, he's excited about you, and he's excited about the potential to be with you. In more, he hasn't. What's the word? Sorry, uh, I was not in. I chose this time because it was supposed to be. Yeah, it's not. She was supposed to be busy and doing her tests and didn't need me, and so it's a little bit off the wall for me right now. But he's really excited about you. He wants to. When he thinks about you, he's happy, he's joyful, and he wants to be. What's the word? He wants to spend more time with you. Okay. Next one. Sorry about that. I do apologize. I don't know what she wants.
Moon Feathers asks, Annihilation L, how are you both? I was just wondering how Lewis feels about me. Like, has he fallen out of love with me? Please.
Lewis. He's not really fallen out of love with you so much as he's not handling the world situation at the moment as well as other people, and he's kind of stressed about it. And that's basically all I can really tell you right now. He still cares for you. His mind is in 1,000 other places. But having said that, if he's not thinking about you when he's in a place of stress, he might not be the one for you, because if he's in a place of stress and he's not thinking about you, then it's kind of like you're not full partners, if that makes sense to you. Because if he loves you, then he'd want to reach out to you when he's hurting and he's not doing well. So think about that seriously. It's not you, it really isn't. And with you, ask him directly. He would tell you that he is not. He's not fallen out of love with you, but you think about it. Do think about it seriously. Okay.
Maria Herrera says hello.
Hi, Maria.
And asks, any messages from my guides? Thank you.
So those downstairs people are giving you a lot, is still giving you grief from the sounds of it. And the guides are sort of with you, grumbling at them. But I don't think it's a. I don't think it's. But they're sort of tongue in cheek. So I don't. I don't think it's as big a. And it's not as big a deal as you think it is. I mean, they cost you a lot of emotional stress and things like that. But I don't feel that you need to take it to heart. You should make it into a joke. Laugh a little bit about it, saying, "Oh, those people, what am I going to do with them?" But don't own it. Don't own it quite so much, because it's causing you a great deal of grief. And I can see that your stomach is starting to hurt a lot more because of it. Okay, would that make sense? Don't own it. Make it realize that those people downstairs are bored, and they're making your life miserable because they can, not because they're nice people, but simply because they're bored and they want some entertainment, and it is very entertaining for them. Not fun, but entertaining. Okay.
D Sparks asks, thank you both for being here today. Do my guides have a message? Blessings.
Message.
Message, yep.
Okay. Okay, I apologize for what I'm about to say, but you guys are scolding you and telling you not to feel, to lighten up a little bit, and look at life from a brighter perspective. It's not the end of your world, and things are going to radically improve shortly. It shouldn't take very long. It will not be months and years like the some of the World Organization is trying to say. It's totally illogical for people to be putting out months and years. But having said that, I doubt like heck we're going to spend much more time in lockdown. I do think it's going to relax a little bit, and you're going to find that you being what you learned in this time period of forced inactivity is going to be, you're going to be amazed at how different you feel from when you went in. And right now it's hard for you to tell, but you have changed and grown a great deal.
Princess Nee asks, hi Eliz-sha, GP and I were in a long distance relationship. Did he have children that I don't know about? I didn't know about.
So I get the feeling of children. I can't tell you definitively that there are children, but I feel that there's children, and it's not like it's not like necessarily that it's a child that he spends a great deal of time with. If that makes any sense, it's like. It's more like he feels more like an uncle to the children than a parent. So it's not. So yes, he might be, but at the same time, I don't think it's. I don't think it's a game changer, a huge game changer for you.
That said, again, to sound like a broken record, if you don't trust the guy, walk away. If you can't have an open conversation about your question, walk away. If it's just a situation where he's like, nope, we're not talking about that,
then you've
walk
already
away.
You don't want to be in that relationship.
If you want to be a part of this man's life and vice versa, and that includes everything.
Well, it might be that
I mean,
children
like,
and everything are not.
No, but like, if he was it before or during? Was it like, if you can't have this, let's clear some shit up conversation and go forward, walk away. That's my input. Megan McCarthy asks, hello, beautiful ladies. Yes, going through old stuff right now. Do you see my finances getting better soon? I want to be financially independent again.
I see you switching. And I do feel you will be financially independent, but I do see you starting a business of your own, and a small business, maybe not something that's what's the word? Not something that's it's not world shaking. It's just a small enterprise enough to give you satisfaction and put make your life livable, decent food on the table, and a nice place to live. But I do see you starting your own, doing something for yourself. Okay, I do think it's rather important that you do this, that you think about that you think about something you can do for yourself. And I know that makes it. Sorry, people are talking to me. I do think it's rather important that you figure out what you can do, because it's going to be I don't know what's the word. It's something that is life defining. Okay, if you can spend some time figuring out what's your passion and what you can give to the world, you will be much happier.
Jennifer Schwab asks, hello, ladies. I did a mass meditation 2 different times with David Wilcox. Wilcox was doing. Both times I felt dizzy during it. The last time it lasted almost 24 hours. Do you know what may have caused that?
Well, there was like 25,500 people on those meditations, and that was in the first one. There was probably over 100,000 people doing the meditation with you. You probably, because you're an empath, you probably tuned into that, and it would take you and sort of yank you up a little faster than energetically than what you were going through. So I suspect dizziness is it is or vertigo dizziness. It is a psychic illness. It happens when you rise up higher than you have been. So I suspect that you were just pulled up to a higher level faster than well than you were anticipating. I would be very careful about that because you do want to make sure that you've got everything working for you, if that makes sense.
Also, just real quick, the amount of people watching, that's how many were registered on YouTube as watching and interacting. It doesn't mean that was completely everybody, because you were listening to it. Of course, I was listening to something else, but I was half listening to it.
Because she was listening to mine, right?
Yeah. So that you can probably add a couple other people to
so
that
it might have been
energy.
well up to 30,000.
Yeah. Depending on the type of household and who will be paying attention in said household.
So like with you, it might have been you and your two daughters.
Yeah. Or you, your 2 daughters, and your husband if he was home.
Even if he wasn't aware of it.
Yeah. They're still putting in that energy.
But the point is, it was a group energy, and it was a group energy, and it would have an effect of pulling you up fast and out of your comfort zone. The effects will, the fact that it's no longer bothering you would indicate that you got over it.
Queen Empress with a $10 super chat asks, hello, Eliz-sha and Elle, what's most important that my guides want me to know about my relationship with Brian at this time?
Okay. Brian is in a state of flux. His energy is shifting and changing, and he doesn't really know what he wants or what's going on. He himself, he does not know. He doesn't have the answer. He does think of you as his rock, if that makes sense. You're his stability, etc., etc. But, and there's a big but, you're growing and you're shifting. And because you're growing and shifting, you might be shifting away. You might be shifting away from him just a little bit. And because he's not necessarily growing and shifting the way you're growing and shifting. And that makes it a little difficult. So he hasn't made up his mind whether he wants to grow and shift in the same direction you're shifting and growing. And when he makes up his mind whether he wants to go with you or not, then you're going to notice a difference. The chances are that it's 65% chance that he will decide to go with you. But there's also 45%, is it 45? 35% chance he will not. And so just be aware that what you're hoping for may or may not come to fruition. At the moment, you are in a state of you're in a state of flux. It's not something that's been settled. Okay. And I'm sorry about that, but his energy is actually not, it's actually kind of open, so the potential is that he can and will land on the side of smart.
Seven Ocean Skies asks, hey, any messages about me and my family?
In the family.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is good advice for anybody, not just for this question. Allow the energy to unfold rather than try to force it. Allow that which is to just to be, and don't try to be the one in charge. I mean, there's certain things you have to be in charge of with your parent or something like that, but just allow things to grow and move organically. Okay.
Tay Tay asks, hello to you both. Do my spirit guides have any messages for me?
Beyond keeping working on yourself and giving yourself some time to be alone and allowing yourself to look at things from a positive perspective. They're saying you're doing quite well, but they do again recommend that you spend time doing a meditation or this and that, just doing it on your own, and because there are things that you can pick up on your own you can't pick up when meditating in a small group or a group, and that's it. That's besides them wanting to talk about your rabbit, that's it. They have a thing about your rabbit still.
Erica Brooks John asks, greetings, ladies. My husband passed away last September. I miss him so much. I'm feeling that he is with me.
He says to tell you he's with you and that he loves you, and you're never ever alone. And when you feel like reaching out to him, when you're laying in bed, you feel like reaching out to him and putting your hand in his hand, he is there with you. It's just that on the other side, he vibrates at a different level, and it's not the physical. He hurts when you hurt, and he recognizes that mourning is a necessity, but he would like you to, and he shows me a morning cup of coffee. For some reason, he likes to spend, a lot of the people on the other side like to spend that first cup of coffee or first drink in the morning when you're just sitting there before you get mobile together. And he shows me that first cup of coffee. He says, that's my favorite time of day with you, because you're still half asleep, and you're wandering around, and you're mellow. And he kind of thinks that mellow is a good place for you to be. But he does send his love, a great deal of love, and and like I said, he's always there with you, and he says something, and he says you're not due to come over for a while. So you might as well start enjoying life again, life where you are. Okay.
She also adds, Erica Brooks John also adds, I love that you're painting behind you.
That's as my daughter made this for me. It was one of her very first graphic art designs. Thank you very much. I asked for it to be like that. I wish she did it now. It'd probably be even better than it is, because she keeps improving by leaps and bounds. It's what, 5 years? 5 or 6 years?
2013. So 7 years?
Okay, and she still keeps improving. She just amazes me.
Updated versions of animals you can see weekly on the Wisdom Seekers page / Facebook group,
Or on
Instagram,
or on our wisdomseekers.net. I think there's a page with
El's art.
Yeah.
All are up for sale for like $40 digitally. Jenny Jones asks, hi ladies, do you see any new love coming my way?
I do. It's kind of fun and exciting. I don't know what you're doing while you're you're stuck here and stuck in the house, so to speak. But if you're on a dating app, it seems like it's going to bear fruit, if that makes sense. They're going to meet somebody who's actually kind of cool. Okay.
Mama B asks, I plan on taking the Plan B morning after pill today. Will it work?
Yes, it should.
If not, drink chamomile. That's a natural, just an...
Yep, it helps. It does.
It's a natural antibiotic.
Plan B pill is...
No, but chamomile tea
will get rid of extra things. Yeah. That's why you drink it when you have. But don't rely on that alone. Take the pill.
No, I'm just saying as well as.
Yeah.
AP asks, hi Eliz-sha and Al, hope you're both well. What messages do my guides have about my business? For me, about my business. Thank you.
So it appears. I guess you're a little bit worried. It appears that that you're going to have to do some stuff, of course, but it also appears that things you're going to. It's very interesting. It's like take this time to formulate and do some shifting in your business. It seems that things, when you get out the other side of this, you're going to have to shift and change anyhow. So start making plans to shift and change. Make contingency plans, but according to your guides, it's going to work better than it has before. Whatever you're doing, it's going to be better than it was. Does it make sense?
I think so.
So you don't worry, but also make sure you think about contingencies.
Megan McCarthy says, thank you for the beautiful message, Eliz-sha. Always insightful.
Thank you.
Fiona R asks, is E lying to me about wanting to have children with me?
I got a really strong no, he's not lying. He's not lying.
Zulmi R asks, is the Pisces man still interested in me as far as being in a relationship together?
He seems to be quite distracted, honestly, and his thoughts are not on relationships at all. I would take that as a sign that it might be time to move on. And it's not that he's a bad person, but if his mind is wandered off into somewhere else, you don't really want to spend your life dealing with somebody whose mind is always somewhere else. And you do want to be. I mean, in a marriage, you should be the most important person in that person's world. And if you're not the most important person in that person's world now, then you will not be after you're married or in a relationship. So think about it seriously. And it's not like you would be without partners for very long. Okay.
Dawn's Light says, good day, Eliz-sha, in chat. Rachel N asks, how does the guy that I spent my night with the other night feel about me? We spent our night together.
He hasn't decided. He had a good time. But what he's saying to me is, I'm not 100% sure I'm ready for a relationship. If he was ready for a relationship, or if he is going to be ready for a relationship, it would be you. But he doesn't. He's sort of not a non-committal, if that makes any sense. So don't hold any great expectations for him. He did enjoy himself, and he doesn't disrespect you. That's kind of important. But he doesn't seem like he's ready to settle down yet. Okay.
Joy, Peace, and Love C asks, hello, ladies. How are you both doing?
We're fine. Thank you.
I hope all is well with you and your family. I was wondering if my dad, who had passed away 10 years ago, wants to tell me anything.
Well, he's very proud of you. That was the first thing that came through. He's done really well. And he sees things more clearly than he did when he was alive. And he's quite, if I'm really, really proud of you. And that comes before him saying, well, he's still saying thumbs, this time it was thumbs up. So, yeah, he yeah, he's just brimming with pride. That's basically all I've got. Okay.
Dawn's Light asks, will I ever be independent and able to take care of myself? I don't want to be homeless.
That's a harsh energy you've got around you. Really? Yes, things are going to come out for you on the positive. I don't see you actually homeless. Um, it's like there's somebody who's out there who's got a job that will work, that is meant for you, and it's a it's like that person is just waiting for you to is just waiting for you to come on the scene. It, of course, it's will come afterwards, but it's the kind of job that is, it's almost like it was made for you.
Next.
Yeah.
Mary L asks, how does the Scorpio feel about me starting my life with someone new?
He's fine with it, actually. He's not unhappy for you, and he's on your side, that he doesn't feel he was the right person for you, and he just knew he could not give you what you wanted, and so I can't say he gives you his blessings per se, but he's happy. He is as happy as he can be for you. Okay.
Angel Wings asks, am I supposed to have kids with the Pisces man?
I don't actually get that. No. I I think there's somebody else that that's more would be a better fit for you. I think the Pisces man is a nice human being, but I don't think he's quite stable enough for you, for what you would need as a mother. Okay.
Bethany Campbell asks, may I ask about a man I met named Lance, who I met online a few years ago. We have never met, but in person, but I feel we have a very strong connection.
Okay, Lance. He's kind of scared to meet you in reality, physical, because he also feels very strongly for you. He's of the opinion that once you meet in person, that you may not be as interested as you have been. I would assume the guy has an inferiority complex that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, no, he's more scared than you are. It's basically all I'm getting, and is afraid that you will find him lacking. So it should be interesting.
Maria Herrera says, thank you so much. Ben Velinsky asks, hello, hi there. Any messages from Spirit regarding the no communication with my long distance relationship? Thanks.
I think your long distance relationship is not communicating through, partially because there's an inability for the relationship, not for the relationship, but when I tuned into the person, there seemed to be a little bit of frantic energy there. It might be that that the devices or something are just not working or something. It's not like it doesn't feel over, if that's what you're asking. I would have gone in with the assumption that something had shifted and changed, but all I get is some energy of frantic and kind of, this is not what I meant. This is not how I wanted it to go. So be patient and see what happens. Okay, I do feel that there is probably a reason, a logical reason behind the lack of communication.
Princess Nee asks, or Joanne Stanley, sorry, asks, anything for me? Thank you. Stay awesome.
Anything for you.
Joanne Stanley.
Yeah, thanks. So your guides came in, and and they're laughing with you. Because you do have a certain joie de vie, a certain sense of being alive, being happy, and they really like that, and they really would like to encourage it, because there are times that you go the other way, and you get down on yourself, and they say, and I apologize for what I'm about to say, but we guide saying, that's just your ego getting in the way of reality. Reality is you have the ability to be upbeat and positive, and you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry quite as much as you do. So basically, they're encouraging you to be upbeat and happy, and when you feel the depression, they're suggesting that you light a light inside, energetically, put a light at the core of your being and push out to the edge, and just say, all that is not me may leave. Okay? Not may leave, shall leave. And your guides will be very happy to help you enforce that. So chin up, basically. Okay.
Princess Nee says, thank you both. You are both right. Thank you. Patricia Scone asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle. I have been told that I will be working in some sort of management in the future, running things which could be in Europe. I do have the responsibility for this. Can you ask my guides?
What did she mean?
I don't know.
She does have.
I was told I would have some sort of management position in the future, running things which could be in Europe. I do have the responsibility for this.
You do have the ability to do that.
can you ask the guides?
Yeah, you're very capable. That's no problem. Um, and the potential is very strong that you will do this in Europe. And I don't get any negative for it, and I do think that that it's something that well, it's something you really want. So I do see it happen. I do see you making it so. I also, more than anything, sorry about this. I know this is not what you asked, but I do see you meeting somebody over there and falling madly in love. And it appears that it's good, fairly good falling in love, if that makes sense. So it does appear that that's a really good choice for you, and that your future is probably in Europe, might be Germany, Switzerland area.
Next.
Yeah.
Megan McCarthy says, okay, thank you so much. Queen Empress says, thanks, ladies. Namaste.
Namaste.
Jennifer Schwab says, thanks, lady. Thank you, Eliz-sha and Elle, for explaining it to me. After I did it, someone told me to be careful because you can pull in negative energy by accident in large meditations. I will be careful from now on.
Oh, yeah, you can, but I mean, it was basically set. It was basically the intention was to be was a positive intention, and yes, there will be people who have lower energy, but David himself pulls in a pretty high vibration, and I really doubt that negative energy would be part of it. I was part of I did it with him too, and I didn't have any negative energy coming out. And high vibration is going to keep the negative energy at bay, if that makes sense to you. I mean, the higher you vibrate, the less likely the lower vibrations are going to affect you. Okay.
And she also adds the horse picture is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Erica Brooks John says, thank you very much for my message on my husband, Maurice. I appreciate you, and thank you about your beautiful painting.
Kind of like it myself.
Well, you've had it on the wall for quite a while.
Yeah.
Almost 7 years.
Yeah.
AP says, thank you so much. The Polynesian Princess asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle, missed you too. Could I ask, how does Cash think of me? I'm wondering if he's interested in me.
He's quite intrigued by the way you walk and the way you move. That's the first step. He likes the fact that you're kind of fun to be around. And I don't think he actually thought it through yet, that he has a chance with you, because the idea of having a relationship with you is, really, I never thought of that. So but he likes you, that's for sure, and he's very intrigued by your assets, and he finds that you're very funny, and he likes that. Not funny. He likes your sense of humor. That would make more sense. So, like I say, drop the proverbial handkerchief and see what you can do. Ask, ask, get a cup of coffee with him or something. He's not a horrible person. You know what I mean?
Jenny Jones says, thank you so much. Laura H. asks, hi ladies, how are you? Will S contact me?
Planning on it. That's basically the only thing I can promise you 100% is planning on it.
Tay says, thank you. I have been having more alone time and it's nice.
You're high empath, and because you're such a high empath, you probably need a lot of alone time.
Joy, Peace, and Love C says, thank you, ladies. Dawn's Light says, thank you for your answer. But when you say harsh energy, are you meaning my own or environment?
I believe it would be environment.
And no, harsh energy doesn't necessarily mean evil or demonic.
No, it just means work.
Yeah.
Yeah, harsh is not necessarily negative.
Bethany Campbell says, thank you so much. I do feel Lance and I had a past life together. Lance and I had a past life together.
Very likely. Very strong possibility, actually.
Positive for Life asks, hi, when do you see Gray coming forward to take action towards me in love? I get visions like he's been watching me and wants to say something. Thank you.
Well, like everything else, there's certain things that are put on hold until the world starts moving again. So I feel that yes, the potential is really strong that he will. I don't think it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. And hopefully I'm wrong, because now would be a perfect time for you to do things like that.
Where am I? Cumbersome Aquarius 1111 asks, hey ladies, I would like to know what my higher powers are wanting to share with me. Please and thanks. God bless you both. I hope everyone has a blessed day. A beautiful, blessed day.
So she wants to know what her guides want her to know?
Basically.
Okay. They just show me you shining your light. Continue to shine your light. And it's very important that you shine your light, actually. Because while you're shining your light, or you're being who you are, it's helping you to grow at the same time. And the more you shine your light, the easier it is for you to reach your oversoul. And reaching your oversoul actually is one of the things. Getting more in contact with your oversoul is one of the things that you really want to do right now, and they want you to do right now. Yeah, okay, would that make sense? Yeah, so the more you shine your light, the easier it is for you to contact your oversoul. Okay.
Anjali Dahir asks, "Hi, Elisha and
Hi,
Elle.
Angela.
My interview got rescheduled for next week on April 28th. Will it happen or not?"
It will happen, and it's a good thing it was rescheduled because things are going to shift and change before then, and it's more of a chance of being really positive for you because of it.
Patricia Scoing says, "Thank you. Falling in love, worth going. I kept saying, come on, Elisha, give me that special message. I know it was something you were going to say, and you did."
Oh, cool. I'm pleased for you.
The Polynesian princess says, "Oh my gosh, haha, thank you." Jao Fermino asks, "Hello, darling. How does Carolina feel about me?"
Carolina? Song. Carolina in the morning. What I'm getting is but taking sweet time to make sure that what they're feeling is the truth, so they're not rushing into anything. They want to know. They want to know what is happening first. They want to know that what they're feeling is the truth. Okay? It seems very positive, by the way.
Laura H says, "Thank you." Jennifer Schwab says, it does make sense, and the meditation felt wonderful until the dizziness happened. LOL. The beautiful sound of the singing bowls in the background were very relaxing as well. Amazing energy.
Yeah, quite an amazing person. Vertigo is a common problem with psychic spiritual people. It really is. It's a butt pain, but it really is. I had it for 6-7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where am I? Positive for Life says, "Haha, right. Thank you." Dawn's Light says, "Okay, thank you very much. I'm glad I asked for clarification. I already feel bad enough, and your answer could have made it much worse." Kenna Hawk says, "Tina has a question but cannot find you. I sent her the link, but she cannot comment." Weird.
No. Sometimes YouTube is becoming as strange as Facebook.
Yep. Her question is, so she's asking for Tina, is about Frank and her relationship.
So they're going through a period right now that's probably a little tough, if that makes sense. And hang in there. It should improve. It should, unless Hank's a total idiot, which I'm not picking up. It's just energy that's it's just energy. She's still got a talent. It's just energy that she's going through right now. and will shift if he's going through. And she's just about. Well, I feel like she wants to pull her hair out in frustration because she doesn't quite understand what the heck he's going through. But it feels like he's going through a bit of a dark night of the soul. So it might be that he's actually opening up a little bit, and isn't the kind of person to go out and bear his emotions. And because he can't bear his emotions and doesn't know how to talk to her, he leaves her out in the cold, and he does, and so he says dumb things basically. If she can just sit back, no, don't egg him on, don't nit at him. Just say, okay, when you're ready to talk, I'm here. In the meantime, she just continues with her daily life. Things should improve. And if she doesn't have the if she doesn't create drama, because I know how frustrating it is when you know you can help and they won't let you. If she doesn't create drama, things will shift and change in a positive way. We must be close to finish because it's like once.
Yeah, it's been 75 minutes.
Yeah.
One more question, because I think this one,
okay,
she's really needing the answer to. But then
we'll be back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow. Mary Iced asks, hello everyone. My brother-in-law has a tumor on his spine and something on his pancreas. He has tests today. Will he be okay?
He's got a road to travel, unfortunately, and he's going to need the support of everybody. If he can find his way energetically or spiritually, I do believe things will work out for him. But it is not going to. It's not an easy little road that he's going down at the moment, and it might simply be that until he has the test and gets the results, it's going to be tough. But and after the results, he might be fine. But he needs a lot of support, a great deal of support, and I would. And it's your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
So I suspect that some of the support needs to go to his wife. And because of that, it might be you support him via the wife. But this is really strange. Get him a comic book, a manga.
Or a graphic novel.
Graphic novel. Something to take his mind off it while he's waiting and working. Graphic novel.
I was picking up like Batman and one of those oldie.
Maybe that, but I also picked up, the guys that you watch.
I watch a lot of guys.
Japanese mangas. Though.
Oh, anime?
Yeah. Get it. Show him Japanese mangas or anime on the.
A really decent site is Funimation, as well as Crunchyroll. They have dubbed and subbed Japanese cartoons.
And it's really weird, but it might just be what he needs to take his mind off of thinking about this. He's put so much into it. You're asking if it's cancerous. I honestly can't. I'm not a doctor. I never want you to take anything I say. I'm not a medical intuitive even. I don't feel that it's cancerous particularly. Or if it is cancerous, it's a slow growing cancer that can be dealt with easily. It all depends, honestly. It will all depend on whether or not, on how his mental state is. Whether it's easy to get rid of or not. And do you pick up cancer?
Mm-mm.
I don't actually pick up cancer.
So
He will need to change his diet. There's something in his diet that he's maybe gluten can't handle, maybe milk he can't handle. Something in his diet is triggering a lot of things.
Also, if he feels a little self-conscious about watching cartoons, tell him NHL and the Major League football players watch a lot of anime on their off time and play a lot of video games.
Or D&G.
Or D&D.
D&D, pardon me.
D&G is a different company.
But and that might be something to look into too, if you want to support him, is to maybe start playing a game with him, a D&G game. D&D game. Like Weave, I could recommend Weave with the Monocle Society. I do recommend them often because I have lots of fun with them.
And they're going 100% digital, as well as, but you can buy physical copies. If you Google or even YouTube Monocle Society and Weave here on YouTube, you'll get a bunch of playthroughs. I'm not entirely sure their fully digital content is up just yet, but it should be shortly.
And they're fun. I've played the games. I played it with my grandson. We had a blast. My grandson's like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And his sister, who's 5 years old.
Yeah.
We kind of threw the rules out the window and just went with it, but we had a blast.
It was fun.
And we played it over Zoom.
Also, do not be afraid to ask for positive energy being sent towards you and your family, including your brother-in-law.
Yep.
I see in the chat, Jennifer and Patricia Scowen are already sending a bunch of healing energy to you and your family. Dawn's Light says it might be cancer, but the tumor on his spine, though troubling, is benign.
Oh, thank you. With your medical intuitive, I really appreciate it. I am definitely not. I go to other people.
The questions
please.
And this is partially to cover our asses.
But that's because we have a great deal of respect for the medical profession.
We might not always listen 100%. We do our own
research. We don't tell our doctor that, though.
We do our own research, but we do also take his advice into consideration.
Quite deeply, because he's a very wise man.
And so please follow doctor's advice. Do your research and just do whatever you can to smile for yourself. Laughter
will heal more than anything. That's why I'm recommending mangas and
or even Doctor Who.
Well, as you can tell, we're geeks.
We are geeks. Mom by proxy.
I don't have a choice.
She listens to a lot of my YouTube.
I still get them wrong, get the terminology wrong.
That's okay. That's why you keep me around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so please, I don't know what else to say.
But I did get a comic book.
Yeah.
But I do know that if you could get him to play Dungeons and Dragons or Reasonable Facsimile, that it does take your mind off. It's so much fun.
Also,
I have such a blast when I play it. One time I played it and I was Bender.
From Futurama.
Yeah, because, I was like that, and it was quite funny. I'd never played with these people before, and I was a fill-in, and they thought, "Oh crap, she's an old lady. It's not going to be any good." Well, the DM had to keep pulling himself away from me because I had great ideas.
Mhm.
Well, that's what happens when you're older, right? You've got great ideas.
And no embarrassment.
That too. I am rather lacking in shy.
Also, real quick, if you can't get a physical copy of comic book or a manga, there are free apps you can Google. You can, if you have an account with Amazon, you can get their Comixology app, and it's kind of like the Kindle, but it's full of comics for like graphic novels, comics,
See, she's my geek.
and manga as well. And you can, for I think $15 a month, you can read unlimited books for free, or for a mixture of, I believe, the prices vary from comic to comic, but there should also be a few free ones as well. And that's it.
I don't know any of this stuff.
I've done my research.
I know.
I need books, ma'am.
Well, her bedroom is full of Doctor Who and books.
And dragons.
Well, yeah, that too. Definitely a geek.
Yeah. So with that,
we will be back tomorrow.
Yeah. So please come back and ask your questions that we didn't get to today.
And with your brother-in-law, please let us know, and we'll send more energy tomorrow.
For sure. And yeah. So with that,
can I show them my?
It's up to you.
See what,
you're in front of the camera.
See my doohickey, my amethyst pendant. It's a little hard to see, I guess, but it's a new design, and I'm having fun with it.
It's kind of hard to see.
Okay, that's good because I have another one here. Here. This is the one I did yesterday, very first one. And I wasn't sure about it, so I tied everything off with the decorations rather than so I can reuse the wire if I need to. But yeah, I kind of like this design. Anywho. With that, I guess we're done, and please feel free to come back tomorrow. And wow, it's an hour and a half.
Share.
I do need to go. I guess I put down the ad for yesterday for Nikki wrong, so I have to go fix it. Namaste. Namaste go.
Bye, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Right.